Welcome again. So yet another session where we have to deal with quantitative reasoning about quantities, materials, and every other feasible subject out there. Now, in quantitative reasoning today, we're going to be dealing with questions that are very prevalent, that comes out a lot. We can see it in exams, we can see it in our textbooks and the rest. Now, let's see this this problem for example. Now you're given a sample, look at the sample, the two samples up, and you're asked or you look at a question like this. Now if you notice carefully in the movement of this sample, 19 is the result. Now 19 comes as a result of 12, 4, and 3 adding with each other. That's how you get to 19. Now what that means is that you have a pattern like this. 4, 3, and they say this guy shoots up to 19 here. To get 12, if you want to get 12, two ways, multiply this with this. 4 times 3, okay, let's give them a number so they will know each of them. Let's call this one A, B, C, and then D. Now to get 12, do this. Method one, you do 4, rather A times B equal to C to get 12. Method 2, you do D minus A minus B equal to C. Now, any of those methods will get you C. Now, to get A, right, to get 4, which in this case is A. Okay, let me call them by the reason to get C to get A. Now, to get A, you do method 1, C divided by B is equal to A. Method 2, so we have to get A, the second method we use D minus C minus B. Now, to get B, we use a similar method to that of A. Our first method is C divided by A, gives us B. Our second method, similar, D minus C minus A equal to B. Now, the one we're going to focus on, and that's where our working is all about, or we are directing our working towards is 19, which is D. Now to get D, you will do, there's only one thing you have to do, addition of A, B, and C will give you D. So A plus B plus C equal to D. And with that, you'll be able to solve this kind of particular problem when you come across it during your examination. Now, we are given series of questions to answer. Number 1, they ask us, if you look at the diagram above, they say 13, 3, and 39. Now, we know that 13 times 3 will give us 39. Now, but what will be the answer for the extreme there? What will be the answer for the unknown there. So we know that, sorry, just removing all this and rewriting. We're looking for, we have 13, we have 3, and we have 39. And we're looking for D. Now, using our analogy, we already know that to get D, we do A plus B plus C. Thus, we add 13 plus 3 plus 39, and then we get D. So let's see, 13 plus 3 will be 16. 39 plus 16 will give us 55. So our answer here is 55, and we are giving options: A, 25, B, 43, C, 55, and D, 74. Of course, because of the answer we just got now, we know that the option we are supposed to choose will be option C, which is 55. Now, another question was given to us at the far right. With this idea, I will challenge you now to do that question, and then do one other question, do a couple of more questions, the 3 and 4, and get the right answers. Remember the movement. Copy this movement so you will know how to apply it, when to apply it, and to which particular box or unknown you need to apply it. Now we're given a second option, a second example or a sample. Now this one is a bit interesting because it reminds us of a topic we're here to do, which we're going to do any moment from now, which is binary. Now, unlike binary, but it's different. Unlike binary, you use 1 times whatever number you're using to establish the value. But in this case, they're telling us that whenever you have 5 and a B, we're using the unknown variable B there. Whenever you have any number along with that B, it means you're multiplying everybody. So in this case, you're giving a sample, 5B equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 6B equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3. So whatever number, whatever coefficient of B is there, whatever number is accompanying B, you will start from that number and multiply down. You're going down the numerical order. You've been going down the numerical order. So if it's 7B, you start from 7. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, like that. No matter how much the B is, or how much the coefficient is, or how big the coefficient is, 24, you start from 24, 23, and go down. Now, in this case, you are given a series of number, question number 5. I will answer number 5, and I will answer number 10. You answer the remaining. Why am I answering number 5 and number 10? Why is number 10 is easier? It's easy, not easier, rather. I will still do it just for you to understand, so I can give you some other exercise to do from the board based on question number 10. You will see number 10 when we get to that place. Now, number 5 says 4B plus 3B. Now, with that analogy, you first of all derive the value for 4B, then derive the value for 3B, then you add both values together, and that is your final answer. Now, let's see more about that. 4B plus 3B. Question number 5. 4B plus 3B. Now again, let's move down and see. 4 times 3 times, this is for 4B, times 2 times 1. Now if we do this math very well, we know that 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2, 24. 24 times 1 is 24. So we have 24 here as our final value for 4B. Now let's find for 3B. So 3B will be 3 times 2 times 1. Now 3 times 2 we know is 6, and then 6 times 1 will be 6. So our final value here is 6. And then the addition of 4B, because there's an addition present here, addition of 4B, the value for 4B and 3B will give you what? So let's see, 24 plus 6 will give us 30. So our final answer is 30, which is option B in that particular question. Now you answer the other ones. 6 and 7. Very easy using the same method. When you get your final answer, you just apply the sign in between. The sign in between in the case of 6 is a multiplication, 7 is a subtraction, 8 is addition again, then 9 is division. Now 10 is where we're going to focus on because that one has a compounding effect. There are two different work you have to do there. We say 4b divided by 3b plus 5b divided by 2b. Now, Bodman tells us we have to deal with the order first, the structural order. So if there's a bracket, you deal with the bracket first. If there is an off, you deal with the off or order. Order here, we're talking about square or square roots. You deal with those two first. Then if there is a decimal, so that if there is a division order, you now go into a division. Before you get your multiplication, your addition, and then your subtraction. So let's see. In that question, okay, let me just do the question over here. In that question, we are asked to do 4b divided by 3b plus 5b divided by 2b. Now, naturally, we know that what exists here is a division sign, but let's find the numbers accumulated by 4b and then the rest of them. So 4b accumulates the following number: 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equal to, we already did something like that similar here, so let's just give it 24 to save our time. Then 3b we know is 3 times 2 times 1. We already did similar something here, we know is 6. Then for 5b we know is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And now 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. 60 times 2 is 120. 120 times 1 remains 120. Now we go down to our last one, the 2b. So we have 2 times 1, which is 2. So going back or substituting these values into our initial equation or expression, we have, in place of 4b, we have 24 divided by 3, divided by 6. 6, sorry, I want to write b. 6. Then plus plus 5b. Something that was mistaken earlier on, please, there's a bracket existing here, please. Something that was mistaken earlier on, please. So you're dealing with the problems one by one, one after the other. So 5b has 120 all over 2. So if you're dealing with them one by after the other and not using the usual method of looking for the factors, because they are not, in this case, it was a bit misplaced. I would not put the bracket there. So there exists that this one is one body and this one is one body. 24 divided by 6 will give us 4 plus 120, rather. 120 divided by 2 will give us 60, and then the addition of 60 and 4 will give us 64 as the answer. Let's see, the answer for that question is, oh, it should be A. There's a mistake there, 63. It's meant to be 64, please. It's A, 64. Just do the correction, please. The answer is 64. So that's how you find this kind of question. Or what if, in this case, let me rephrase again and just backtrack a little bit to just help us with another situation. Because we had a situation earlier on. I had to add the bracket to specifically define what we are going to do. But what if you're not giving that bracket? What if it's an open space? If you can see from this now, it becomes where we have to look for our factor. So 24 over 6 plus 120 over 2. We look at the factor here. And we know that 6 most likely we'll be able to work this out. 6 into 6 is 1. 1 times 24 is 24. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 120 will give us 3 times 120 will give us is it 460 or rather 360? Sorry, 360. And then when we add this is 4. So let's see, when we add this, it becomes 4, becomes 8, it becomes 384 over 6. Then we can now break down to the lowest to see where we'll end. 2 here is 3. 2 into 38. 2 into 3 is 1, remaining 8. 2 into 18 is 19, is 9, so 19. Then into 4 is 2. Can anything go again? Can 3 go? I think so. 3 into this is 6, remaining 1. 3 into 12 is 4, so 64. 3 here is 1. So your final answer again is 64 using that method. It worked out. All things worked good for good. Today we believe. For some reason we got 64 and 64, but it will not always be the case because when you're looking for the factor, it may not always turn out this way. So now let me give a bit of questions for you to do while you're at home. Do it as your refresher. I will give the questions. You can do the other questions given to you, but I will give you based on this last interesting one to see if you can try both methods and see what you get. Try and put a bracket and see what you get. Deal with them individually. But I believe some of them is going to give you a different answer. Now, number 1, find 3b times 2b divided by 4b times 2b. That's 1. Okay, I put question 1 already, okay. Question 2. Find 8b minus 4b plus 3b minus 1b. And finally, question 3, similar to the one we just did now, do 6b divided by 3b plus 8b divided by 2b. So interestingly, we have a similar question to the last question we have on the board. Please just do this. You can try both methods and see how it's going to be. Bracket it. So let me just put it here. So I do it when it is bracketed, and then I do it when it's alone. Let's see, compare and contrast and see if you're going to get something similar to me. So with that, I believe we're ready to deal with questions that has to do with our examination that we will be facing very soon. But let's see some questions from our exam guide, and let's see how we can tackle those questions. Now in 2019, there were some interesting questions given to us. 2019 question 7. All right, we are giving questions like this. Let's see the sample. These are the sample. This give us a sample. They give us a sample 1/9 and 1/3. Now, a question like this was given to us. Question is, what do we do first? In fact, there was a second one that gave us 2, similar to it. I will do the second one too to show us. What do we do first in this instance? I mean, what's our first point of call? Now, the first thing you notice first, when the figure to your right, to your left, which is the 1/3, the only way you can get this result from here is to, let me call this part A, call here B, and call here C. To find C, note this, square A square, add with B will give you C. So the square root of A, rather the square of A plus B will give you C. So in this case, let's see. 1 over 3 square plus 1 over 9 is equal to what? Now 1 over 3 square is something as 1 over 9 plus 1 over 9. Again, we learned during when we were learning about math to say when the denominators are the same, just put back the 9. Then when the numerators are the same, just add the both of them together. 1 plus 1 gives you 2. Hence, your answer is 2 over 9. Now, what happens when the reverse is the case? So when we have to get A to find B, again, just do the reverse. To find B now, it will be again, this whole figure will go over. So it will become C, okay, let me put it this way. Okay, so C minus A square already. C minus A square equal to B. C minus A square equal to B. That's for that one. But what about to find A itself? Now to find A, very interesting, you do, why is this like this now? You do A square, it's meant to be A square, equal to C minus B, similar to when you are looking for B. Or you put it this way, C minus B equal to A square. But it's not finished. The most tricky part is this square. Anybody you get here, to get rid of this square, this place we get to get rid of square, the opposite of square in our order is square roots. So everybody here will get square roots, while the square root will knock off this square over here. So the square root of C minus B will give us A. What that means is C is 2 over 9 minus A is, B is 1 over 9, yes, equal to A. We don't know what A is. Now, if you do this very well, because it's the same, you can just put by the 9. Now, the top will be 2 minus 1 and gives us 1. 1 over 9, square root of 1 over 9 becomes 1 over 3. It's like saying square root of 1 over square root of 9. Square root of 1 is 1, square root of 9 is 3. We are back to A. So that's how you find this problem. Similarly, you can do that for the second example given to us and get the answer appropriately. Now, you are given a question there, they say, they give us a question that year, they say, they're looking for A. You are given 10. We are giving here to be 10. Sorry, let me rewrite this. We don't have this. We are giving here as 10. And then this place we are giving as 35. They're asking us to find the number for this so we can get the last answer that will give us 35. Now, if you notice very well, because we're looking for A here, we're looking for this point A. We can use to find A. We can use this formula here, or our theory over here, where we say this minus this, or C minus B equal to A. C here is 35. Square root, to find, okay, let me put it, A equal to square root of C minus B, or square root of C minus B, which is this part, which is square root of C minus B equal to this. So A is equal to C, square root of C is what? 35. B is what? 10, which giving us a square root of 25. A is equal to square root of 25. Therefore, A is equal to 5. Your answer here is 5. And in that year, your answer is option number A. Option A is your answer. So please go through all these questions, get used to them, and Try and do as much research as you can when it comes to quantitative reasoning. It's quite easy. It's just to look at the flow of the figures. It's all facts and figures. So when you understand the figure, you will know the fact around it. Till next time, catch you later. Bye.